Have you ever had a dream or a goal that you just haven't been able to make a reality? Have you ever been frustrated because you know that you could improve the quality of your life, yet you just never quite got there? Well, so did I. I had goals, but for whatever reason, I never was able to bring them to life until I discovered what I've been working on, how I've been setting goals, was all wrong. So what I did, I went out and learned from the best performers in the world and interviewed as many people as I could do, learned as much as I could do in regards to the theories, and put those strategies into my life. And since then, these strategies have helped me create my own business, they've helped me write best-selling books. I'm going to write another one this year. I'm financially free and I've got the family life that I've always desired. These strategies are not my opinion. These are based on research, scientific studies, and these strategies can help you achieve your goals. Whether that's you've got a goal of improving your health, your wealth, your career, your life, the strategies in this course are proven to work from decades and decades of social science experiments and expertise. All I've done is brought this information together so that you can reap the benefits of this knowledge in just one place. In my course, I've got absolutely loads of tangible and powerful information that can transform your life to that next level. And what I want to share with you today is some of the knowledge for free. I want to share with you the program, the structure, so that you can start to improve the quality of your life right now to try and reach your goals in 2018. Because you know that if you want 2018 to be your year, then being able to set goals and then being able to take the action to deliver on those is a critical factor in you making this your year. I've spent the last 10 years interviewing high performers, and what I've discovered is that one of the biggest differences between high performers and the rest of us is that they view goal setting differently. They understand the mechanism of a great goal. And because they understand this mechanism, they gain something powerful. They gain something life-changing. They gain something motivational, inspirational even. They gain the catalyst to help make their dreams a reality. You can have this catalyst too. The catalyst to live your life that you deserve. The catalyst to achieve the dreams that you have always had. The catalyst to improving the quality of your life this year. All you need to do is know the mechanism and then understand how to apply it within your life. So what I want to share with you is an overall top-line view of what that mechanism is. So whether you invest in my course or not, you've got something that you can have today that you can tangibly improve how you set and achieve your goals. So what I've got here is starting from the bottom and working all the way up. Each section will then deliver an element towards achieving and making goals a reality. So first of all, you've got to be able to create the goal, got to be able to set the goal. And within that, you've got 5 sections that you've got to get right in each element to be able to create a goal that compels you to move forwards. So you've got to be able to identify and ensure that the things that you've identified are the things that you actually desire in your life. Because it's easy to say I want more money, but why do you want more money? What's the reason behind it, and what's the contribution you're going to make? Because what we want to do is make sure that your goals are something that will create fulfillment, create joy, and create true success for you. And then you've also got to, when you're creating this goal, you've got to be specific, because the more specific you are, the more chance you've got of being able to deliver on that and allow other people to understand your aspirations also. You've also got to make it visual. And the reason why you've got to make it visual is because we are visual creatures. And if you can see it, even if it's just in your mind's eye, you can achieve it. But what we do in our goals very often is that we just have a very vague, fuzzy idea of what we want to achieve. But if you make it very specific and then make it very visual, then you've got every chance to move to that next step. And then finally, you've got to word it in the positive. And what I mean by this is that a lot of the times we have goals that are worded in the negative. So I want to quit smoking, for example, is a great example. So quitting something is worded in the negative, and it has that iteration of that you're going to deny yourself something. And when your body is focused on and your mind is focused on denying yourself something, then that's the thing that you'll desire the most. Whereas if you word it as in, I will be free of smoke, then what you're doing is wording it in the positive, and your mind and emotions will align in regards to that idea of freedom, and you'll desire the freedom. So it's always very important to be very careful about how we word our goals, so make sure that they're in the positive. The next section, once you've created the goal, is you've got to be able to develop deep meaning. And this is something that's completely overlooked in most people in regards to when they set their goals. And how you develop deep meaning, you've got to be able to assess and understand your end values. So this would be the things that are most important to you, about why it's important, and the feelings that you will get at the end once you've achieved your goal. What are those feelings that you actually want and desire? And really clarifying that and articulating that. You also need to realign your neuro associations. And what I mean by that is just a big word just to say what you associate pain and pleasure to. So sometimes we can have associations in our mind that will stop us taking action. So for example, if you've got an association in your mind that money is the root of all evil, then having a goal to get more money, you won't be aligned. Emotionally and intellectually, you'll be aiming at different things, because one part of you will believe that money is evil, and the other part wants to have more money. And having those different alignments just will not work in your life. So to be able to align your associations together, so your mind and your emotional elements are both focused in the right direction, creates an unstoppable person. And that's where you have to work on those neuro associations. And then you have to be able to leverage that. So you've got to be able to make your associations and your end values work for you, so that every day when you get up, you are forced into taking action towards your goal. Because if you're not waking up every morning excited about attacking your goal, determined to take your goal on, then you're just not going to do it. Life will get in the way, things will get in the way, distractions will distract you. Whereas if you've got really strong leverage on your associations and your values, then it will force you to take action every day. And that is where the rubber hits the road. That's where action is, where your goals become a reality. So once you've created your goal and developed deep meaning, then you've got to build the plan. And there's 3 elements to building a plan. Very quickly, you've got the 80-20 assessment, which would be in any given situation, 20% of the actions at a to-do list that you've got to do to create your goal, 20% of them will deliver 80% of the results that you desire. And being able to identify those 20% is absolutely key. And being able to assess that in a clarified way is massively important. Then you've got to then determine the important versus urgent, which will allow you then to even more detail. So there's 20% of actions that will get you towards your goal. What you then do is really work on those most important elements that normally would get ignored because they don't have that deadline. And being able to align ourselves to really focus on the biggest things first will allow us to get towards our plan. And then you need a stepped progress plan. And very simply, you need to put your actions in order. Most important first, do that action, on to the next. And if you keep on doing that, then you have a plan that will create momentum, build progress and get you to a place where you're achieving your goal faster than you normally would do. Because if you just had a normal to-do list and you did the easy stuff first, did 80% of the stuff that gets you 20% of the results, then you'll do loads of actions with little progress, where important stuff first, based on the 80-20 plan, will generate that level of speed of getting to your goal, which then generates that real momentum in your actions. And then finally, execute, evaluate, and iterate. And it's a massive element again. So it's about being able to measure daily. So measure your actions on a daily basis. So rather than the success and failure of things, measure the things that are in your control in a growth focus. So if you can measure daily in a growth mindset, then you can create that feeling of success and control towards achieving your goals. And then something that's called MCA, which is mandatory consciousness awareness, which is physically forcing yourself to be aware of your goal on a daily, timely basis. So what I mean by this is it's very easy, as I said before, to get distracted from your goal because life does get in the way. And the difference between the highest performers in the world and the rest of us is that the highest performers in the world are obsessively focused every day on their goals. They do not let anything else get in the way. And how we do that is by mandatorily forcing our conscious awareness. So physically putting our goals and our actions into our conscious mind on a daily basis. So that's the plan. And it's such a powerful plan based on scientific studies and the high performers that I've interviewed over the last 15 years. So, as you can see, goal setting is a mechanism, and to achieve anything significant, to achieve any big goal in your life, you're going to have to utilize this mechanism to its absolute fullest. Because if you don't, then you're on Mission Impossible. It's a real uphill struggle, and you'll be fighting and struggling just like I was. Whereas if you can utilize the mechanism of goal setting and goal getting, then you've got a much significantly improved chance of achieving your dreams, of achieving your goals, of improving the quality of your life. So if you want to improve the quality of your life this year, if you want to make 2018 your year, then click the link and I'll share with you another element of my course for absolutely free.